This magnificent motorhome is a silver Dream. It is called the S660 EB, Einzelbetten, single beds. Got a price down here, 115,000. It's 690 centimeters long by 230 wide, height of 3 meters. Put it on 3.5 ton basis and empty weight 2,850. 650 kilos of payload for a vehicle this size, just under 7 meters. And on the Sprinter, right, so it's called Einzelbetten. Well, that's not the Einzelbetten, that's a double bed. But if we come round here to the back, we can see how it works. We've got 2 beds up here, deep storage, and also a sort of wardrobe up here. Well, it's a wardrobe without the thing to hang from, so it's other storage. We've got 12 volt electric point there as well, so you can and USB, so you can sort of charge things in there should you so wish. We have steps leading up to the beds. But for when the steps, if you don't want to, if you want to make a king bed, is I think as Chausson calls it. Obviously, you put this cushion down, goes in here, and there's a support along there which will hold it in place. This bottom one here opens and gives a little bit more storage down there. Curious fact, not curious, but there's a normal factor. Normal factor here. There's your wardrobe. And also, this bit here will come up to give a little bit more space, should it be necessary. But that's where some of your infrastructure's in there, so you might want to actually leave it. But it's there to be removed, should it be needed. All right, more storage on the other side. Now, we've just come back from the trade fair in Stuttgart. And some of the vehicle hasn't actually been entirely, it hasn't been cleaned out yet, but having said that, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. This really is an absolutely, it's a quality build. Obviously you expect that for the price, but things slide in and out, they work, the things open and close without any problems, which if you see some of my films from Stuttgart, and I assure you I'm not exaggerating when I can't open things or anything like that. Maybe because the vehicles are not mine, I'm being more careful than I would be normally. For example, if it'd been my own van, then I might use a bit more force to open something. Seeing as I put up a lot of films, I feel I have to show a certain amount of care. Alright, and there's another difference from Stuttgart, which I'm now going to show you. I'm going to walk into the shower. Yeah, so you have to pretend I'm in the shower. And look how cold it is. All those doors are open here. It's absolutely freezing. So I had my coldest night of the year in the van so far last night. Having had at Stuttgart temperature 1, they went up to 14 degrees. 14 degrees in January. Pretty good, really. Okay, I'll come down to the front. L shape there, so that you can sit down there. The table will move in and out, and you can stick your feet down there, or you can do something else. Somebody can sit there. Right, there's the drop here from the habitation area to the driving area. So there's a step down. Often there's a step up, but in this case there's a step down. But look at this, the chairs, there's plenty of clearance there. So if I were to sit in my favourite seat, which I'll do right now, I can, I'll sit here. I suppose I can put, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to put, oh, it's going to be outside, but there, I can put my foot on the chair there. Or indeed, this chair here is a bit higher, so for keeping my feet up there, well, maybe I wouldn't do that. If you're wondering where the television would go, it's down there. That's if you wanted one, of course. I wouldn't if I'm camping. Well, I live in the van, I don't have a television. Although admittedly, I do have the internet and I do watch it quite often. So, there we go. There's the bed. Comes down easily. Like that. So if you're getting into bed, well, what I would do is I'd just stand on the table and get in like that. But you might want to use a ladder or something, but I think the table is the easiest way. Having the bed down like this, I'm just going to go back into my favourite chair to demonstrate. Okay, you can sit around the table like this. You can sit around the table with somebody in the bed. I mean, I would have thought it would make more sense for them, those people who go to bed first should go to bed in the back, but maybe the kids want to be up front, which I suppose that's the sort of thing you want to do when you're children. So these two chairs, the drivers and the passengers, will turn around, and there is room, but it is more comfortable, without any doubt, with it up. You can see. Oh, it looks lovely though, it's really very attractive. Okay, let's have a look around the outside. Check myself in the mirror before I leave. Yeah, ties straight. There's your gas. There's your fridge. And look at this. Enormous garage opening to the rear and to one side. Let's get in it. Don't often do this. Don't often walk into garages. It's also heated. There's an outside shower, which is here. Electricity, should you need to charge your e-bikes or something like that. This is the production area here. Alright, I'm going to show you a couple of others. I'm not really into what I call the German layout. I don't need it because I'm not tall enough. Sorry, I'm tall enough to use the sleep sideways. This vehicle here, it's a bit cheaper, a bit shorter, and at the front it's the same more or less. But as we come to the back, we see what's here. So it's got this bed. They say it's a single bed, but I think it's a double. Usually arguing the other way. Alright, so the toilet's the same. And before I leave, I'm just going to show you another one which is open. I'm going to try and film everything they've got. I want to show you another one for comparison purposes, which is round here. This is 120,000 S660 EB. Similar front and similar rear, but different separate washroom. So you've got a toilet here, and there is the shower. Kitchen. Okay, so it's slightly different. It's a matter of choice which one you think the best is. Okay, so I hope you found that of interest. If you do, I hope you'll subscribe, and if you get any benefit from what I do, please do consider giving some support on Patreon. So, all the best from to the south of Stuttgart.